Hey guys, how's it going? It is a pre-game show, 6 games on a Monday. Still waiting on a few little injury designations to come through, which I am looking forward to. Ricardo says, do I host the pre-game show on specific days? Yeah, usually do it before Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is when we do that. All right. Hello, everybody. We are getting ready. We might as well just chuck the screen across here so you can see what lineups we know at this point. We're still waiting on an update on the skater boy, Zachary Levine. Just got the official update on Dante Exum and Derek Lively out tomorrow. We knew that. Oh, Levine is in. There you go. Levine is playing with that shoulder issue, so that has been confirmed. Okay, what else do we need to know? How is everybody? Cade Cunningham is officially ruled out. I see that screen is all off whack there. I'm just going to bring it back and fix it up. There we go. That should be better. Sorry about that. So at the moment, the Celtics lineup just got announced. The Wizards just got announced. Wizards is Jones, Poole, Avdija, Kuzma, Gafford, same as always. The Bulls are starting White, Caruso, DeRozan, Williams, Drummond. So Vooch and Levine still off the bench. Interesting. Celtics with Holiday, White, Brown, Horford, Porzingis. So Horford replacing Tatum. Hornets starters is up on your screen as well. Rozier, McGowan's, Miller, Bridges, Richards. What else do we're waiting on Pacers, we're waiting on Thunder, which is going to be exactly the same as always. What else is there that we're waiting on status-wise? Not much. RJ Hampton's questionable, Kyle Lowry is probable, Durant is probable, Eric Gordon is probable, and Udoka Azubuike is doubtful. So that's pretty easy stuff there. Are we all good? Everyone going all right? I hope so. Just double checking everyone. We're all good here. All right. Sorry. I'm just trying to find something that I'm trying to do on my other side here. All right, that's fine. We're good. We'll do some dribble game. We might as well just get straight into that now and drop that in. Let's see. What is the dribble game for today? Sexton to Beverly. Cavs. Well, did Sexton ever play with LeBron? He didn't, did he? So who has played with Beverly in the Sixers, the Jazz? Beverly was with the Jazz but never played there. Markkanen ever played with Beverly? I don't think so. Huh. So Beverly... Why is this one tough? Jordan Clarkson ever played with Pat Beverly? I don't think so. Minnesota? Who? Jared Vanderbilt? Jared Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt bar. There we go. Got that. Okay. So we're still waiting on the Pacers, waiting on the Thunder to announce their lineups. How is everybody? We all good here? Pirtle is out tomorrow, actually, Charlie. P-Will is starting. Yes. Yuri. Did Shams just say something about Cade? I haven't seen that. I'm still trying to catch up on things. Cade avoided serious injury. Could miss at least a few games. All right, cool. It's good news. That's sort of what I expected when there was no direct mechanism of injury and it wasn't a sprain. So let's say he's out this week. That's sort of what I was expecting, I guess. Pacers lineup is Halliburton, Brown, Neesmith, Jalen Smith, Miles Turner. So Buddy Hield back to the bench. Nembhard on the bench as well. Because they're fully healthy now for the first time. Jakob Poeltl out tomorrow, as we said. What's this? What are we talking about Horton Tucker for? The biggest nobody. THT on Lakers. Cool. Doesn't play there. Used to. Is Boucher a 12-team out if Poeltl misses time? He would maybe, because they would probably have to start him at center. So yeah, probably, yes. Does Derek Jones need X amount to be stream-worthy? It helps. He can have value without him, but when you play with Josh Green back, let's say yes. Let's say yes. Yeah, those guys, those idiots in the last show in the chat were just lying. In the FBI World Cup playoffs, I can put Kate on IL. Jim, in the FBI playoffs, it's a redraft happening. I don't know if B-Dub sent the email around, but you don't keep your same roster. So we're doing a redraft. Oh, actually, sorry, that's not yet. We have to win the playoffs first, don't we? Sorry, my bad. You can put Kate on IL, activate Fultz. Do I think I get more production from dropping? Yeah, I think you would get... I don't think Fultz is going to give you anything this week. Honestly, it'd be so limited. Oh, the guy wrote THT because of dribble game. Yeah, so THT with Sexton. Oh, yeah, that would have worked. Yep. All right, cool. Thank you. Trey Jones or Ivy? Jones. What factors influence my decision on when to conduct a pregame show? If the day is Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. That's it. Should we trust Rod Boone saying LaMelo is fully practicing? Yes, Rod Boone doesn't lie like that. Rod Boone's a good reporter. I just question some of his stuff about not pushing for more information, but if he says that, it's real. Is Haywood Highsmith streamable? Like, it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Luis, I hate these questions, not because you asked it, but because, like, I don't know. I literally never know, but I would suggest, yes, he would miss the upcoming back-to-back. I would be pretty shocked if Cade plays this week. Picked up Caleb Houston in the Fantrax Points League with the outs. Is he usable tomorrow? Is Sasa better? I think I would take Houston. Any chance Embiid plays on Wednesday? Yeah, look, it's not great what's going on with Embiid at the moment. I'd say he's a decent chance of playing. I don't like that they've listed him. I don't like that they've listed him questionable this far in advance, but I think he plays. Who is my fantasy basketball rival? I don't know. I don't think like that. No one? I don't know. Yeah, no one. What do you do with Dinwiddie in a 10-man league? I think you can drop him in a 10-man league. Is Jaquez's recent run of good steals games real? Not really. Like, it's not me hating on Jaquez. High steals are always hard to continue. It's just a hard thing to do. And he, at some point, I'm guessing, going to have players come back which will drop his minutes down. So what he's doing at the moment, it's very good. It's not likely to be a repeatable thing for weeks and weeks on end. Will Garden play? What's this? Garden play back-to-backs moving forward since it's not a lower body? Who's Garden? I can't even think what you mean by that. You mean Garland, maybe? Why is Jalen Williams in the thumbnail? Why not? Because the Thunder play today? No, that's it. The starters are Shea, Giddey, Dort, Jalen Williams. There you go. That's why he's in the thumbnail. And Chet Holmgren. So the same starters for the Thunder. No real surprise there. So that's all the early games done. Huh. I don't know what's going on with this Levine Vucevic off the bench thing. It's a little strange. It is a little strange. It's not anything outrageous, but it is somewhat weird. Yeah, somewhat weird. What else is going on with everybody here? I'm just trying to make a restaurant booking at the moment for a restaurant that always sells out, and they just released new seats for a new menu. So I'm just trying to get that booked in as well, but otherwise all the dates are going to fly out of here. All right, let's drop that in. Get my restaurant booked for a few months away. What are the odds Keontae reclaims a starting gig? Very high. He will do it at some point. Have they said why Wemby is limited? Yeah, he sprained his ankle twice in the space of about a week. Reith in a 10-team? Nah, I think 10 teams too shallow for that. Like, I think a lot of Reith's damage was done because Jabari Walker was also out. Like, sure, for one game, no problem. Right? As a long-term thing, absolutely not. GC, always. If you're going to ask if someone steals are real, the answer is no, they're not. Thanks, Matombo. Yeah, I'm all right. Just busy morning as always. Is the redraft for all Locked On Fantasy? No, it's only for the World Cup. The Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl does not have a redraft. Here we go. Thank you for watching the show for the first time, Byung. Do I use vetoes? Absolutely not. What's my alternative? I'm the commissioner, and if it looks like cheating, I will reject the trade. And I will talk to them, and I'll say what is going on here, and that is it. Who wins tonight, Michigan or Washington? I want Washington to win, but I think it'll be Michigan. Jaquez, He had a pretty good steal rate in college, yes. It's just the nature of steals that it is hard to keep up high levels continuously. Will quickly be top 60. I don't know if he will be. Can he be? Yeah. Should you sell high? Look, I'd rather just hold on, honestly. If I was in charge of OKC, would I opt to maintain the current roster without pursuing a star player? Yeah, I don't. They've got star players. Their star player is one of the best 3 players in the NBA, probably, in Shea. They've got an emerging star center, and they've got Jalen Williams. I'd be okay if something came up for like a lower tier guy, but you don't want someone like a Zach LaVine in there that just changes everything about how you work. So yeah, I'd be very cautious about what they do, and I think Sam Presti will be. Is it essential to have Dennis Smith on the roster? Absolutely not. Should I get LaVine and get Wagner? I guess LaVine's playing, Wagner's not. I think it seems fine to me. Who is the best player in the Magic? It's really tough, isn't it? Because Wagner's been really good this season, but as soon as he's gone out, Paolo's just gone crazy and he's carrying the team. So I probably would have said Franz a couple of weeks ago. I think it is Paolo. I think it's Paolo. Would I keep holding Lively over Big Dick Nick? Yes, I would. All right. Do I think Garland plays back-to-backs? Yeah, yeah. Broken jaw shouldn't impact him playing back-to-backs. You don't have to use vetoes. Why can't this guy do 58 trades? If he's doing 58 trades, it means there's going to be a large portion of them that are really bad for him, and there'll be some that are really good. So you don't have to use vetoes. Let him be dumb and make ridiculous trades. That's up to him. Should you trade Mark Williams if your playoffs start February 26th? I'm pretty sure he'll be back by February 26th. You're 4th in your league. You're going all right. If you don't need to make any moves, don't make them. Kobe White very clearly projected ahead of Scoot Henderson. Both Dante and Caruso are 14-team league guys. I would prefer Caruso over Dante, but they're both there. How do I feel about home and home back-to-backs like the ones the Pacers and Celtics are doing? Yeah, fine. I like the ones where they just keep it in the same city. Honestly, reduce travel. It's a W. Like, why should you need to travel as much? I'm fine with like baseball type series. 10-team. Who would I recommend adding? Trey Jones or Jaden Ivey? It's probably Trey Jones, but I think in a 10-team you've got so much value that sits on your wire. You can find a lot of different guys and cycle them through. Should I trade Lillard before he gets even worse? Why would he get worse than this? Have a look at what he's doing now, where he's shooting 34% from the field over the last 2 weeks or whatever it is. And look at that and go, yeah, I actually think Damian Lillard's going to be worse than this. It's not logical, is it? Should low-volume free throw shooters like Pirtle and Kessler kill you in that category? Should they? Well, you can have a look whether they do or not. Lower volume is easier to recover from. So usually, no, they don't. You can easily recover from that. Can Porzingis play back-to-backs now? Yes. Why isn't Dwop Reith a must-add? Well, Ayton could just be back in 2 games' time. Reith has had plenty of starts this season with Ayton out and done nothing in them apart from the last 2 games. And that last 2 games was with Jabari Walker out. I'm not saying that you can't add him, but the shelf life on him is not long. Like, Ayton will be back this week is my guess. So there's no long-term value on Reith. So sure, like, stream him for tomorrow. But there's no guarantee. Last game was overtime with no Walker, no Brown, no Ayton. Limited Baji. Now, he's better than most of those guys, no problem. But he's not going to play 40 minutes a night. He might not even play 20. He played 26 the game before that, and that was with no Walker. Still was okay. But he's definitely not a must-add player. Guys, everyone asks so many trade questions. Like, you don't need to trade. What's the point? Like, would I do Cam Johnson for Hardenstein? Almost definitely. But what if your team doesn't need scoring and threes and doesn't need rebounds and blocks? Then it's a shit trade. But I don't know. Why are we consistently trading? You mentioned why we are down on Lillard when he's top 15. But it's inconsistency. Yeah, I understand that, right? I think it's when people go sort of over the top. It's when people go over the top on it. when like, oh man, this guy's trash, I got to get rid of him. He's terrible. I might as well have Jordan Poole. Like, bro, like you're complaining about a situation where the last week's been pretty poor, but he's still been great for most of the season. There's been some stinkers in there, but everyone has down weeks. I showed this a lot during the off season about the fluctuations of players' value, and really the only player who didn't fluctuate was Jokic. Like Shea was like a top 5 player last season. I think out of the 23 weeks on a totals basis, he had like 6 weeks where he was a top 10 player. Like that just happens. Can you remove offensive and defensive rebounds from the box score in the recaps? No, I can't. I don't make the box scores. They're from ESPN, and that's how they display it. So no, I can't. Sorry, Chris. I don't know why. Why wouldn't you want the extra numbers there? Do I expect? No, I don't expect Brogdon's minutes to go back up. No. Why would they? Unless someone gets injured? No. Someone proposed a trade of Fox for Lillard. Who wins? I feel like I'm buying Lillard low here. You're not. Fox is probably a better points league player than Lillard, so that's absolutely not a buy low. Jarrett Allen is a gigantic sell high. Huge. He's like top 10 over the last 2 weeks. Massive sell high. Just watched a documentary on the Australian Bigfoot. Does the Yowie exist? I honestly have never... The only way I've heard of Yowie is there used to be like a chocolate for kids here called Yowie. I didn't know that was a thing that people thought existed. So no, it doesn't exist. I've literally never heard that. Yes, we're holding Trey Murphy. In my opinion, what's the reason for Kessler's role of minutes this season? Hasn't played as well as he did last season. He was injured to start the season. The lack of spacing and ball movement that he does is part of the problem and what Will Hardy wants to do, trying to follow a similar thing to the way the Jazz run, not the Jazz, the bloody Thunder run with a lot of 5-out ball movement stuff, and Kessler doesn't do any of that. Nathan, you shouldn't do anything with Scotty Barnes, but we knew that there was going to be a chance that usage was down. He did have 24 usage last game, but a lot of other stuff was bad too. What can you do? If someone wants to give you a first rounder, then you absolutely do it, but that's about it. You have too many centers and guards, so what you're missing is a forward then in a trade. Like, okay, make one, but a lot of people just make trades for the sake of it. No, Exum doesn't need to be rostered in 12-10 points leagues. The Raptors have looked much better after the trade. That's without question. OG definitely didn't look like he was going full tilt for the Raptors. They look much better. Are they actually good or not? I'm not really sure. Best hair in the NBA? I don't know, actually. Oh, wait. Kobe White's is pretty cool. Is Claxton a sell high? Well, I think there's some real worry about Day'Ron Sharp's knee. So no, I don't think so. What would I chase away for Jarrett Allen? What would I chase trade? I would want a top 20 player back. Otherwise, I would just ride this out. Has prize money been decided for LOFB? Yeah, it has. Do I remember what it is off the top of my head? No. But let me go and have a look. So I've got it in a spreadsheet somewhere because all the money's in, and all of the all of the percentages were already decided ages ago. Let me have a look. Is this the one? I guess so. Maybe not. I'll have to find it. I will find it. It did just depend on how many we would get into the actual... Where the hell is it? Maybe it's this one. This is it. Okay, so for the Category League Bowl, if you make it through to the Battle Royale final week, you get $200. If you win, it is $7,200. If you come second, it is $3,600. And if you come third, it's $1,200. And for Points League 1, it is half of that number. So 3,600, 1,800, and 600. Because we've got half the amount of teams in the Points League. So there you go. I don't recall seeing what Zion's injury was, but I think it's listed as a thigh contusion. So I'd have to imagine it was contact and he got like a dead leg and someone, what do you guys call it? Charlie horse or something? Yeah. Is Finney Smith an ad with a Sharp out? He got backup center minutes last time. Yeah. He's so mid. Like maybe. They've got one game this week. I wouldn't rush to do it. I'd like to see what they do in that one game, whether they go to Giles or whether they use Finney Smith there It could have trickle-down effects, and Finney-Smith plays a lot more at centre, which then opens up more for like Cam Thomas or Lonnie Walker or even Dennis Smith to play more. Yeah, pretty disappointed in what's going on with Fultz at the moment. He just doesn't look good at all. Just doesn't look good, and the shot looked terrible. And we saw that video like a month or so ago, and I'm a little worried that stuff not going right there. Is Kuminga rosterable? Yes, of course. We'll see what goes on later on. I do not own Bitcoin. No. Do I have any points leagues I'm in? I'm in one. I'm in the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl Points League. That's it. Will Sharp start getting minutes again now that he's back? You mean Shaden? He played 40 minutes yesterday, so I'd say yes. Does Bridges' value increase when ball returns? Overall, yes. But the last 2 weeks of Bridges has been up. His usage has jumped because Hayward's also been out. And then he's also combined that with shooting 5-6 percentage points above season numbers. And steal rate is 60 or 70% higher as well. So as a general, yes. But over his last week or so, no. Yeah, anyone who's hurt and we don't really have a timeline can be a buy low, yes. Why don't I own Bitcoin? I don't really trust it, to be honest. So no interest. I'm not a big speculative investor like that. There's been no update on Garland's injury as far as I'm aware. I've seen nothing on it. And no reason to. They've told us 4 weeks. We're not really near 4 weeks. So no update. I just did a whole ass injury show earlier on today. So you can go check that out over there. I need to go check to see whether all the Bulls... Have they updated all the Bulls props and lines now that we know Levine is playing? Because they didn't have them before. Let's see. I'm trying something out with some prop betting stuff. Yep, they're all up now. That's good. So as we go through things, I'm just going to be putting together some of these prop bets that I've got. Now that we've got them, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing either because I'm testing something out. But they waited so long to get these up because they wanted to see, I guess, what was going on with Zachary. All right. What's my prediction on Jackson's role when the team is healthy? The team is healthy, and they're starting Jalen Smith at power forward, so he'll probably get those 10 to 12 minutes a night, I'm guessing. Do I think Lowry could lose his spot? He hasn't really shown any risk of losing it all season, and I don't know who would take over from him, so I'll say probably no. Yeah, he hasn't really... There's been no risk to it. Not that he's played exceedingly well, but there's been no real thought of that. The only thought I had was the start of the season. I didn't know that he'd get that starting job, but there's nothing that's really happened that would suggest to me that that's likely to happen. He's low usage. He's defending okay. He's passing pretty well. He's letting the others do what they need to do. It's working pretty well. Who would take it, do you think? Who's the guy that you look there and go, they'll... Josh Richardson? Keeping Jaquez in the lineup. Jaquez seems to play almost exclusively as a 3. And they seem very hesitant to playing Tyler Hero as a 1. So it seems tough for me to get there. But I don't know. I'm just doing some more of this prop stuff over here on the side as I talk to you guys. Did you guys, if any of you guys are in the Locked On Fantasy Basketball FBI World Cup, did you make the playoffs? I did, and I'm pretty happy with how that's going. Is Jalen Johnson the most improved player? I like to, I can answer this off the top of my head. It's not a pressing thing, but I haven't sat down and looked at it. But yes, I think what he's done is probably more impressive than what Maxi's done. Maybe Scotty Barnes is the other one, but he's gone from a non-rotation sort of a player to the Hawks' second best player, and it's pretty hard to do. He's not at an all-star level player, and getting to being an all-star level player is hard, obviously, but he's gone from a complete afterthought to wow, can we actually build around this player? Again, that's not easy to do. So I'd say he's pretty close to it. I'll put it this way, when I actually do is sit down and do this on my fake ballot, he'll be up there. And if someone said to me, I've got him as most improved player, Jalen Johnson, then I'd be like, that's actually totally fair enough. And I think that's a reasonable way to think about things. It's when people get so worked up about certain things, there was a guy keeps firing back at me, you're ridiculous. No one could possibly have Kawhi over LeBron in the All-Star game. It's it doesn't matter. I had LeBron on my All-Star team. I had Kawhi as the 5th starter, LeBron as the 6th guy. It doesn't actually matter that much, and I'm pretty sure that there can be reasonable arguments to be made that one has been slightly better than the other, but the difference is so negligible. It's also one of those things that I talk about so much with fantasy, how we talk about rankings, and I go, in the end, like the difference between one spot and the other it's so small, and you just don't need to like fight over it. Is this guy 10th or is he 13th? Doesn't matter. Is he 25th or 32nd? Doesn't really matter either. Like these things are so close. I think it's a better way of approaching all of this stuff is groupings and levels versus ordinality on those numbers. All right, let's do another just check up on news. Nothing else. Dovers Bertans is out if anyone cares about that. Is the Link 12-team must roster? Absolutely not. Can we join any of my leagues for next season? James, you must be new to the show. We had the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl 9 category league has 720 teams in it. The Points League one has 360 teams in it. So we did over 1,000 spots. So like, of course you can. And there's so many people in here will be in these leagues. Plus the 100 and odd spots that we had in the World Cup as well. Lots of different options that we were chucking out there. So yeah, there's part of the reason why you do want to be listening here in the off season, the preseason, because that's when we get all of that stuff rolling through. It's how you be part of the DB squad. Get all of those little interesting things happening through the off season / preseason. We've got 3 minutes to go before we're out of here. I'd love to get some word on the Bucks starting lineup. I am pretty I don't think we're going to get that, but I would like to get it. What else am I doing here? Just looking at, this is how, this system's working. Interesting. You got to looking at Nick Richards' props at the moment against the Bulls. Big Dick Nick, the big fella. All right. What else have you guys got going over here? Hit a thumbs up while you're here. How many thumbs ups have we actually got so far? Not 46. All right. Let's see if we can hit 70 by the time we're out. Why weren't you selected in the league? Ricardo, I have literally no idea. Do you know how many entries came in for that I don't know who was who? But maybe because you're Canadian, I probably just filtered that out. Do the Suns need to bring Beal off the bench? No. What for? Beal wasn't that great yesterday. He was fine in the other games. I don't see what that does, honestly. But, it's easy enough to stagger without... who are you going to start? Josh Okogie? What for? It's easy enough to stagger without benching Bradley Beal, I think. We're getting ready to get out of here. Oh, there you go. Yo, you got through the anti-Canadian filter. Well done. That's good for you. What are our likes up to? We're gonna hit 100. Well, we're 6 away. Let's hit 100. It's 500 of you here. Let's hit 100. We can do that. Am I a fan of players getting hurt and then getting traded? What the hell does that mean? Am I a fan of players getting hurt? Of course not. And then getting traded? I actually don't know what you mean. Can you expand on that? All right, we're getting ready to get out of here, but I do want to hear what the hell Zelux is talking about. Kawhi for Siakam, I 100% prefer Kawhi. Surely, I hope he gets through Kevin Durant. I hope, because they played him through on the back-to-back after coming off a hamstring injury. So I think Michigan will win, but I want Washington to win. Let's go. We're all big Penix fans over here. That's what I want to happen. I don't know whether it will or not. All right. We're going to head out of here. I haven't heard a reply from Zilux, so let's go. Do we get our likes up over the number? We did, over 100. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that a lot. Let's hit another like on the way out if you can. Oh, what did I hit that button for? That's the wrong button. Anyway, we're out of here. Hit thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe. I'll see you guys later.